basically, he has said to me, look, the minute you left, the whole thing fell apart. And I was like, what do you mean? I thought he was winding me up. I thought it was a joke. He said, no, the minute you left, the whole thing fell apart. Nobody, they'd make arrangements to turn up. Nobody would turn up. Songs weren't getting written. And I thought, hold on, I thought Mrs. said she was going to be doing all this stuff. And he said, oh, well, she just disappeared into the ether. So basically, she came in, created her havoc. I left. I'm assuming that she was going to take over the mantle, because listen, when you leave something, okay, and it's in pristine condition, it's bubbling along nicely, okay, listen, as far as I was concerned, I had given her a gift, okay, I gift wrapped it, I put it on a tray, I presented it, and I kept it moving. This girl just mashed up the whole thing.
But you said something at the beginning of that story and I made sure that I let the story continue on and on because it needed to be done. Your opinion, I tell you all the time. You live in Avani universe. I live in K Rose universe. And I have learned, because I'm old now, OLT old. I'm old now. I have learned that my vision is not the vision of, and then put whoever else you want behind that, whether it may be my wife and how I may want paint to be on a wall, or my sons as to how hard I want him to study, or people in radio as to what I think is marketable and what is not. My vision is different, and how hard I want to work is different. And there are times, you said something very important. You make things because when you're talented at doing something, you can make it look easier than it actually is.
Okay.
There are a lot of people that think they can do exactly what you and I are doing right now. They can have a radio show and be on the air consistently for a year and basically communicate via the internet. And all the things we do, I have to admit, we make it look like it's very simple. I think
it's simple to us. I think it's simple to us because we on it. We know what we're doing and we make things happen. That's the kind of people that we are.
But that's what I'm saying. It's simple to us because we're good at it and we know what we're doing. And it was simple for you to lead that organization and that group.
I didn't realize I was doing it, though.
Oh, you didn't realize it because you were young and you were just being you. And that's the thing about leaders. You've got two groups of leaders. Leaders that are natural leaders who lead and leadership is given to them and people follow them. Right. And then people that take leadership. And those are like the people running for office here in this wonderful country I live in. The Republicans, they take leadership and it's based on money and the power they want to generate. And they're not really good leaders. They're talkers, speech makers, smart people. But they're not good leaders. And as a leader, I'm sure I could tell by how you led and how you worked with people. You shared thoughts and you thought about, hey, what do you guys think about this? And I could tell you led them.
I didn't realize it until after, though, because he said that to me. He said, no, you were making everything happen. He said, when you were here and it was going really well, he said, you made people want to step up to their A game. He said, people wanted to be here. People wanted to join the group. He said, and that was because of you. As I said, I was sitting there looking at him. My eyes are big already. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, for real. He said, the minute you left, nobody wanted to come over. Nobody turned up when we made arrangements. He said, no songs were getting written. He said, everybody lost interest. The enthusiasm was gone. He said, the spark was gone. And I was like, really? I said, yeah, but I thought this is what you guys wanted. He said, yeah, it was what we wanted. He said, but as a group, we just weren't cohesive anymore because you'd gone. We had no one to hold us together. And
but I also think it's like when you've got a good team and there's one person on the team that everybody on the team knows that person is really better than everybody else. Everybody acknowledges it except one person.
If she wanted to be part of the group, now I'm going to interject and tell you that she wasn't officially part of it. She was trying to push herself in. People in the UK, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You've got them people trying to just edge their nose in where it ain't been invited, where it is not wanted.
Well, but that's what I mean. And so you see this, you got this great basketball team, and these guys play all the time, and they're there, and they're winning games, and there's somebody sitting on the bench or sitting outside that's not on the team that says I could play just as well as K Rose. K Rose says, I know
Yeah.
he can dunk, but I can dunk on 360 and I can do this and this and this. And
Uh-huh.
that person's not even on the team. And then he goes out there and he hits one shot on K Rose, maybe, possibly. Lucky shot. Lucky goal. He goes out there and he's going and he's running down the field and he scores on somebody. And so then he boasts and tells everyone, I could do this all the time if you guys would follow me, put me on the team. And K Rose may say, well, I don't need the aggravation. Go ahead and put John on the team. I'm out. I'm good. I'm not, no animosity. And then John gets on the team and he is horrible.
Oh, he just can't do nothing.
Right, that's what I mean. And so that's what ends up happening. Leaders know when they don't want to deal with mess. And they step away from it because that's what a leader does. You're organizing your thought and you're saying, I don't need this. Boom, I'm gone.
Yeah, I was done. But I was so surprised when he said that to me. He said, it just completely came crashing down and we have never been the same since. And I thought, wow. But by then, obviously, I'd breezed out. I'd gone about my business and I was doing other stuff. So I remember thinking, oh, well, you're going to have to find another route to the fame that you wanted, because I don't want to be part of it now. I'm sorry, I'm done. I just had enough. But you see, people. God. Okay. What I'm going to say is link 8, K-Rose.
Okay.
17 signs your co-workers secretly hate you. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Because, we don't have to go through the whole 17. Now, let's just get it right. But I can safely say that, again, I'm going to keep saying this because I know there's people over here. Remember, we are in January. And I know that I said I want to have a positive start to 2016, which I do want to have. But
Man,
I also want
that lasted a week. No, I'm playing.
I want us to be realistic. The reason why I say it, I want us to be realistic because okay, especially if you work in certain environments, for example, if you got that specific, and I'm going to say heifer or heifers, okay, for example, that just do not want to stop with their mess, you have to dig deep now. You have to breathe. You got to breathe because some of these they're cruising for a bruising. Let's just be on the real. But you're in the workplace, so you're trying to keep it together. You don't want to get sacked for that. You don't want to get done for ABH because that's what's going to happen.
Well, and that's a question I have, not to throw off the show and not to start the rabbit hole search soon. But because I as I look at what you have, this list, 17 signs your coworkers secretly hate you. Some of these are to me somewhat gender specific, because I can see you're going to go over the list, and some of them I can see that it's just a male, female, it's the same thing. But you just mentioned something that was interesting to me: the fact that men don't have to deal with cattiness.
Not to that degree.
Not to that degree at all. And that to me is something that, as we start off 2016, Sweet 16, as we are calling it here in the States, from a female standpoint, that's one of the most difficult things to deal with to me, and that's what I'm asking. Just the whole jealousy, female to female thing.
Listen. Okay. Listen, that's a show in itself. Let me just tell you,
right.
That is a show in itself, because some of these people, and I say that term loosely because you would be looking at them thinking you are part of the Devil Brigade, but it's okay because they are on some behaviour, and after you ask them why, you wouldn't even get a straight answer. Because some of them can't even tell you. Right. They're just jealous. And they're so jealous of you, they can't think straight. They couldn't even tell you the reason why they hate you. They just do. You might get on better with other people. You have got a brighter personality. I get this all the time. I was too happy for them. Remember, this is the stereotypes that they don't like. So I was too happy. Remember, black girls ain't supposed to be happy, okay? We are not supposed to show any form of intelligence. We are not supposed to be outgoing. We're not supposed to be anything like that. You've come into this workplace and you're putting them to shame because maybe you know how to do something that they haven't quite got to grips with yet. Because remember, as a temp, a lot of times you'll find that you pick things up quicker because you're going from company to company to company. Whereas that person might have been in their job for the last 20, 30 years and they didn't see the need to learn anything because it was 9 to 5, day to day. They just went in, did the basics and went home again. But as a temp, you have to pick up skills quicker. So that upsets them. There's so many things that I could say, right? Like I said, I don't have the time, people. There's too much. You guys have to read the thing now. Tell us what you think at Ask-Avani-Show, because you see, they're so spiteful, and they'll be trying to get you into trouble, doing things to get you into trouble because they don't like you and they want you to get the sack, or they want you to be moved to another department or something like that. And you're thinking, what's your problem? I've literally just come in, and I even had to say, I told an agency, because I was working for an agency one time as well. I used to work for loads of agencies, but I remember saying to the lady that, you know, this particular type of thing was happening to me in one particular place, and she, in the end, she was so surprised, and she said to me, what's their problem? She said, why are they behaving like that with you? I said to her, I have absolutely no idea. If I came in, K-Rose, and I was trying to take that person's job, I could understand. Because obviously, if you're thinking, okay, someone's trying to get you the sack. I wasn't doing that. I literally was the temp. So I was only there for maybe a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. And then I would have been going about my business. Why did they have such a problem with me? I'm literally in there to help them in their hour of need to, you know, and that's it. Why are they giving me so much grief?
Well, it's called, we started off the show, and I'll keep saying it. It's called jealousy. It's called human nature. And like I say many times on this show, there's basically maybe 5 to 8% of the earth is the leader world. And even really it's about, to me, 2 to 3% of those are good leaders. The other people are leaders by default, or leaders because they want power. And then the rest of the earth, really, which is not bad, is other people that follow. And then you got a big chunk down at the end of those that are even bad followers and slackers. And they really don't care. They are the takers, and they're criminal-minded people. But the people who are leaders are always going to be leaders. And you may not have a group of people you lead, but you are talked to and people seek your advice. They ask Avani. Okay. So you don't have a group of people you lead, but you have people that listen to you and value your opinion, and that makes you, to me, a leader.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't look at it like that. But you see, I noticed this whenever I was temping, for example, people used to ask me, how do you do this? How can you do? And I found it, again, I found it easy, but obviously it's not everything is for everyone. I just found I was just constantly everywhere. But I remember showing somebody, back in the day before we had the smartphones and you wrote everything down, I had a diary. Oh my goodness. Somebody saw it and she went, oh my God, you know that? Because the thing was just full of notes and post-it notes and things like that. And she just couldn't. But to me, that was perfectly normal because I knew exactly where I was supposed to be. Today I'm here, tomorrow I'm there, next week I'm there, this time I'm there, then I'm there. And I remember I went somewhere once. I must tell you this before we go to break. It was hilarious. I went somewhere and they said to me, oh, you know how they treat, temps kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I was due to go on a break. But there was a lot of things, because I'm a kind of person, when you go on a break or when you come in, whatever happens, you're supposed to, in my book, you're supposed to do a handover, okay? That's just common courtesy, and it's good practice. It's good. Even if the person doesn't like you, I don't care. I'm still going to tell you what's been happening because this is work-related. I don't have to love you. You don't have to love me. It's work-related. I'm here to get my paper. Don't mess with that now, okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, I was due to go on a break, and someone was supposed to relieve me, okay? So he came, actually in this case it was a guy, and he came up. So I turned around and I said to him, okay, I'm going to lunch now, but what you need to know is this. That's for that. That's for that. Someone's coming for that. This is going here. That's happening at 12:30, blah, 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 blah. The guy was looking at me like I had grown 3 heads, and he was like, oh my God. He goes, you're really good. And then he said, you are coming back, aren't you? I said, yeah, I'm just going to lunch, but I'm just letting you know what's been happening and what's going to happen while I'm at lunch. And then I just breezed out because I went to lunch. But the way that they had treated me, it just made you think, if I took it to heart and because you know what they say, people's reaction to you is one thing and that's on them, but your reaction is on you, people. Okay, so if you've got someone hating on you, it's good. Don't worry about it. Because we are about to take a short break now. And aptly going into break, the song is called Hate on Me. So you enjoy this and we'll be right back on the other side after this. Hi, this is Avani, UK Soul Queen Diva, and you're tuned into the Ask-Avani-Show on the Get Global Network. Good afternoon and welcome back. You are tuned into the Ask-Avani-Show here on SoMetro Radio